Now we are on to Activity 2, Modeling How to Write a Scientific Explanation. Remember that a scientific explanation it answers a question about how or why something happens. So our question for today is, why did that first domino tip over? We know why that first domino tipped over is because a force acted on it. So I'm going to start off with my first sentence. The domino tipped over because the force acted on it. That force was my hand pushing it. All right, on number 2, it is based on the ideas that we have learned from investigations in text. So we know that when my finger pushed the first domino, that was the force that made the domino start moving. We know that if there is evidence of a force, the force has to show that the object is moving or stops moving. So my answer is when the finger pushed the first domino, that was the force that made the domino start moving. Our next thing, it says it uses scientific language. We know that one of our vocabulary words is force. Now, I want to show you where you can find more of your vocabulary words. If you go to your classwork, you scroll all the way to the top, you see it says bulletin board. I'm going to click bulletin board, and it's going to take me to my bulletin board. It says balancing forces. So we have our vocabulary, which is force. Our unit question, what can make an object move or not move. Our chapter question, which is what we're going to answer today. Why does the train rise? And our few key concepts that we've already learned. We know that a force acts between two objects. When an object starts moving or stops moving, that is evidence that a force has acted on it. So going back, we have already used our scientific language, which is force. It is written for an audience. We know that we're trying to help the people at Faraday not be afraid of the train. So this letter is supposed to help. And it describes things that are not easy to observe. I don't see a force. I'm able to see that my hand pushes an object, but I don't see the force acting. So my answer to the question is the domino tipped over because the force acted on it. When the finger pushed the first domino, that was the force that made the domino start moving.